Good morning. Are you ready to try a different type of poem today? I think you'll like this one. So go ahead and go into your writing classroom if you haven't already. Let me open that up on here. All right, do you see the new type of poetry writing that we're going to be doing? Shape poems. So let's open those slides up. And let's make sure that Mrs. Lofink did it correctly. Can you type your name in without seeing everybody else trying to type theirs in?
Yep.
Okay. All right, you got your name typed in? Okay, just like the other ones, we're going to see what the description is. We're going to watch a video and we'll look at, I have a lot of examples that I added to this. And then we're going to write our own. All right, so shape poems. It's just a shape poem is just a poem that is written to fit inside a shape or written around a shape. I'm going to have to do this back here. Hold on. The shape, oops, sorry. Hit the wrong button. All right. Oops.
To nurses who make a difference every day.
Earth, Earth, you are so cool. You are blue, green, and white. You must be very strong because you hold lots of people.
Okay, so do you see how they wrote their poem around, like, the earth?
Owl, owl in the sky, I see you fly so high. Your wings are gray, your face is white. I can barely see you as you reach great heights. I wish to fly, but I think I'd die. It's just so high, I don't want to fly.
So she wrote hers around the outside and the body of it.
Chess, you help store things while playing Minecraft. You store weapons to get rid of mobs so you can...
Those of you that play that, are you familiar with that? Because I'm not.
Get the ball, dribble, 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 pass it, and get a goal.
Pretty simple, right? Some of them are longer than others.
Squeak, squeak, squeak. Get some sunflower seeds to eat. Then burrow in your bedding because it's soft.
I was talking, it said gerbil, baby gerbil.
On Minecraft Chest, you help store things while playing Minecraft. You store weapons.
I don't think that's the right, because this one is actually about football. They have the wrong one associated with that.
Summer shoes. Flip, 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 flop. It doesn't stop till I do. They can be plain, they can be cool and decorative too. I could go barefoot also. I like it when I step in mud and squish it with my one big toe. I like to wear boots on my grandpa's farm and walk them down the big pointy road. But the problem is I lost one shoe and I ruined the other when I stepped in dog poo. Stars are bright, they shine a lot of light. The sun is a star that's not so far. Stars can be yellow, yellow is very mellow. Stars can be green, just like a lima bean. Stars can be blue, space is like a zoo.
Do they have to rhyme? No. If you noticed, a lot of them didn't rhyme.
Forest, wolf, lots of trees. Birds, owl, lots of snakes. Wolf, caw, lots of wind. The trees are born. Forest.
Talking about a forest, birds, owls, wolves.
Butterfly, up in the sky, wandering around, I wonder why. It's so red and black It has 6 legs and has glossy eyes. It wanders and wanders up in the sky. Now I have to go. Bye bye. Rain, rain, you fall from the sky. It's like you're coming to say hi. When the sun comes, you die. It looks like you can fly. When you fly, you say bye.
So a raindrop.
Blue and green earth sitting in space, looking so nice, like a picture in a frame.
Another earth.
Turtle, turtle in the water, turtle, turtle, big or smaller, turtle, turtle, what a swallower, turtle, turtle, what a cute turtle.
I'm falling down, oh yes I am. I'm falling down, oh yes I am. I'm moving around city to city. I'm going around. I finally arrived. He opened me up and threw me on the ground. I don't know why he did this, but I'm very helpful if you even knew. But go on somewhere because I don't want to see you.
An envelope, maybe? I don't know what that was. A box. That's the moon. He was hard to hear. Or she, I don't know. That's hard to see.
Basketball. Basketball is for get the ball, dunk it, shoot it in the hoop. You get 2 or 1 points. Pass it to me. Pass it to me. Knitting, sewing, coming together. Oh, how so pretty. I'll sell it. Oh, let's make one more. I love it, I love it. Maybe one more?
So she was talking about knitting. Okay, so you get the idea, right? We don't need to finish this out. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go back into the slides here, and we're gonna look at some examples beyond what we just did. Okay, so it starts here. Where I'll stop, around and around and around I go. I'm having a hard time with this. Do I have a beginning, middle, or end? No one knows. What is it? A circle. All right, let's look at some of the next ones. What is this one? A cupcake, right? So the tricky part is figuring out where they stop. Maybe here. I am craving creamy cupcakes with sugary, sparkly sprinkles on top. I could eat one every day. Yum. Tasty treats are delicious to eat. These sweets fill my belly and put a smile on my face. And then up here she has cherry on top. What's this one? Yeah, a shoe, right? I like sneakers. Leather sneakers, squeaky sneakers, old, worn, comfortable sneakers. Any kind of sneakers. I like sneakers. I like sneakers. Oh, they just repeated it to fill in the space of the shoe. This looks like a sports shoe of some sort. Is it a football shoe or a track shoe? I bet a track shoe. Where do you think it starts? I like sports, running sports, jumping sports, kicking, shooting, passing sports, any kind of sports. And then they just repeated it to fill in the shoe, or the rest of the shoe. But do you see how they have some lines underneath it, like they lightly drew it so they knew exactly where to write their words? Now, these were probably made with some sort of computer, you know, to help them fit the words in. But do you see what this one's about? A giraffe, right? So you could just write around the outside of it. It wouldn't have to be filled in like that. What's this one? A cat. And they're just using words that describe a cat. These are like descriptions of giraffes. They eat plants and small insects. They live in the savanna or in light woodlands. It can be up to 17.7 inches long. Oh, that's going along with their long black tongue. Okay, so these are a little more simple, right?
Yeah.
What's this one probably about? Oh, and it didn't go up there very well. Stars, right? Stars are bright, shining above us all. Millions and billions shining from dusk to dawn with silver light. So pretty. Hats. Okay, I'm not going to read through all of them. What does this look like?
Teacup.
Like a teacup or a little coffee cup. Raylan.
Really?
Okay, and then I think that was all of the examples that I had. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think of an object.
Does it have to be an object or can it be like a living thing?
It could be a living thing. Maybe you want to do a tree or a flower. Right? Do you have your object or your thing in mind, your shape? You have your object in mind?
Yes.
Okay, here's what I'm going to have you do. Do you think you could draw it? Or do you think you need to like search for the outline of that shape?
I think I could find out.
Okay, let me get out of that. If you want to search for the outline of that, I want you to go to kidrex.org. So open a new tab on your Chromebook page if you're wanting to search for that. And then you're going to type in, let me write it so it's bigger for you. Outline of whatever your shape is. So outline of tree shape or outline of dog shape. If you're choosing to look for one on the internet, an outline of that shape, but you need to make sure that you are in kidrex.org. Is it letting you go to that? Those of you that are, okay. Who called me? Okay. Okay. All right. So if you're going to draw your own, just go into your writing notebook. Those of you still looking for that, once you find it and you click on it and you have it on your screen, then do your best to copy that drawing onto your paper. Okay, now you want to, when you're drawing that shape, if you're struggling on kidrex.org, you can go to this site also, kiddle.co, and search for it, and then look up, it gives you an option to look up images and see if that helps you. Okay, so once you have your shape drawn and it's bigger, it takes up a pretty good size of your page, then I want you to think of short sentences that tell about it, words that describe it. That's not very big though. Needs to take up most of your page.
When I did my it took me to a different website. As I searched for it, it then took me to
So I would just leave it there.
and then copy it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so if this is my piece of notebook paper, friends, okay, and let's say I'm gonna do one about a tree. My shape poem is about a tree. Now, it's not great, but it kind of actually looks like broccoli. But you get the idea. I'm taking up the majority of my page with my shape. Now, it doesn't have to be the whole entire page, but you don't want it to be like this big on your page. Okay? And then if for my tree, I would say tall and mighty. Trunk of wood. Leaves so green. All right, so do you see how I'm telling more about my tree then? Does that make a little bit more sense to you? All right. So go ahead and be working on yours. Let's work for 15 minutes. And we'll see where everybody's at then. Yes.
I tapped on one and it took me someplace I can't. And it says pin
Yeah, we're not printing. You can just kind of use that as your guide. And if you want to turn it that way, that might be easier. Okay, so 15 minutes, setting the timer. So those of you that are always really, really slow, you have 15 minutes to be done. Yes, that's what we're doing in this 15 minutes. I said you have to be totally done. When you are finished with that one, you can do a different one, or you may read. Or if you want to get a piece of plain white paper and do it on a piece of plain white paper, you could do one on that too.